Hello, and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now for our first news story for this week. As of Saturday morning, July 31st, reports show the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Arlington increased by 144 for the week, up to 15,579. We at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News will continue to monitor the situation as the summer progresses. As for vaccinations, as of July 31st, 146,794 Arlingtonians have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. The number having received 2 doses was 132,975. Arlington's total population is listed at 231,803, but not all of them are eligible. Based upon our best estimate of Arlington's population over the age of 12, the percentage of 212,800 eligible Arlingtonians who are at least partially vaccinated is still a little under 69%. We received the following email message from the Arlington County government. Following the increasing trend of COVID-19 cases in the community, Arlington County is experiencing substantial community transmission of COVID-19, per the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. All jurisdictions immediately surrounding Arlington are also experiencing either moderate or substantial community COVID-19 transmission. To reduce the spread of the COVID-19 virus, the county recommends following updated guidance from CDC, which advises the general public to wear a mask in public indoor settings with people outside of your home bubble in areas with either substantial or high transmission. In addition to masking per CDC guidance, we strongly encourage residents who are not vaccinated to get vaccinated, said Dr. Ruben Varghese, Arlington County Health Director. Vaccination is the most important public health action to end the COVID-19 pandemic and keep our community open. Getting fully vaccinated significantly reduces the risk of serious illness, hospitalization, and death, even with the Delta variant. The Arlington County Public Health Division also reminds residents that using multiple layers of protection is an effective and common sense way to reduce the risk of COVID-19 spread in our community. Layered actions you can take include choosing outdoor gatherings over indoor gatherings, getting tested when symptomatic and staying at home, wearing a mask and physically distancing, washing hands often, getting a COVID-19 vaccine. A press release was issued by Arlington's Department of Elections on Tuesday, July 27th, announcing a mock ranked choice election to be held on Tuesday, August 3rd. By the time this program airs, the event will have already taken place, but the notice was not approved to go out until July 27th. This provided insufficient lead time for inclusion in our last weekly news show. It also seems like very little advance notice for Arlingtonians to make their own plans. In addition, the Arlington County government's website does not mention the mock election in their newsroom section. So participation is likely to happen limited. In addition, since the event is merely a mock election, it doesn't provide anyone with a chance to actually vote on anything. That's not much of an incentive for participation, except for the most enthusiastic supporters of ranked choice voting. Also, the county sent out another email inviting respondents to select a new county logo from a new crop of options. They set the deadline for replying at September 3rd. This is a marked difference in advance notification from the ranked choice election event. In addition, the Arlington County government's website has a large image display promoting the logo selection in their newsroom section. It alternates with a display promoting free walk-in vaccinations, as if the two items were of equal importance. At Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, we have already editorialized questioning the need for a logo, including that fact that the Declaration of Independence seemed to do well enough without one. Arlington's final adopted budget document was made available on July 30th, 2021, having been formally adopted on April 20th. However, upon opening the 610-page document, it was immediately apparent that even at this late date, the document is not really complete. The instructions on page 1 state that the transmittal letter provides an overview of the adopted budget, highlighting strategic priorities for the upcoming fiscal year, major revenue and expenditure decisions made to implement those priorities, and changes affecting county staff. Then on page 3, there is a large piece of text which reads, Transmittal letter, coming soon. Pages 4, 5, and 6 are marked as intentionally left blank. This is following by a section called Arlington County Profile, which has some nice history, a lot of statistics, and colorful graphics, but which tells very little about the budget of fiscal year 2022. That goes up to page 15. The budget summary finally appears on page 16, but the figures are aggregated. For example, the general fund allocation for the county manager is listed at $5,285,643. However, his salary is only a fraction of that amount. Similarly, the allocation for the county board is listed at $1,647,110. But even their much elevated salary caps don't add up to that amount. While the aggregated figures are interesting for comparing how much money Arlington is devoting to various functions, detailed information will have to be obtained elsewhere. We will explore those details either later in this program or in future broadcasts. That does it for the news section. Now on to our community bulletin board stories for this week.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Just a reminder, the Arlington County Fair will be returning for real this year. Cole Show's Amusement Company will be returning to the Arlington County Fair to provide amusement rides, midway games, and delicious food for fairgoers of all ages. The fair will run from Wednesday, August 18th through Sunday, August 22nd. The fair is partnering with New District Brewery to bring patrons the second annual beer garden. Come enjoy the fair and then enjoy a New District beer made locally here in Arlington. They look forward to welcoming you to the beer garden. By the way, the beer garden is free to enter, but you still have to pay for drinks, of course. Families and children are welcome. The Arlington County Fair is also proud to showcase the best of Arlington and our neighborhood communities. Join in at the entertainment tent on Saturday and Sunday as they host a variety of local music groups and solo performers. The entertainment tent is located on the turf field. Seating is provided under a tent, and fairgoers are encouraged to grab some fair food for a picnic and cheer on the performers. The website also mentions that the Arlington County Fair is working toward the goal of becoming a zero-waste event. That's a nice way of saying, everybody behave yourselves. While we're on the subject of good behavior, we were unable to locate any COVID-based guidance, but here at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News, we encourage attendees to wear masks. It's hard to social distance when you're sitting next to someone on a Ferris wheel. Next up, Arlington County's Public Health Division is still offering free walk-in COVID vaccines to individuals aged 12 and up. Do note, children 17 years and younger must be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian to receive their free COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccines are free, safe, and offer the best protection from COVID-19. Get the facts and then get yourself and your child vaccinated. Please bring any form of identification to confirm your identity. Examples include utility bills, pay stubs, insurance cards, or a driver's license. As for the vaccines themselves, you can get the Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson vaccines based on availability. For Moderna Pfizer, individuals will receive instructions at the end of their first dose on how to obtain their second dose. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a single shot and does not require a second dose. That's coming up on Friday, August 13th from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. Here are the locations. The Eads Room in the Aurora Hills Branch Library at 735 18th Street South. Also in the Cooper Room at the Columbia Pike Branch Library, 816 South Walter Reed Drive. Can't make it on Friday? There's another round on Saturday, August 14th from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. in the Campbell Room of the Shirlington Branch Library, 4200 Campbell Avenue. And also on Saturday, August 14th, from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. in the Longfellow Room at the Westover Branch Library, 1644 North McKinley Road, number 3. With case numbers once again increasing, obtaining the vaccination is something we all owe to the rest of our community. Next up, Outdoor Family Storytime is for children 0 to 5 years of age and an accompanying adult. This fun and interactive program combines activities such as read aloud stories, songs, rhymes, finger plays, and flannel boards. It introduces children to listening skills, picture books, the library, and the joy of reading. This event will take place outdoors on the grassy area adjacent to the Central Library, the small parking lot, and Quincy Park. Please bring a blanket from home to sit on. No registration is required. Attendance is first come, first served. Storytime programs are moved indoors in the event of inclement weather. A note about COVID-19 safety. All attendees are encouraged to wear a mask. When visiting the library, the county visitor face covering policy from the Arlington County Government website is in effect. You can call 703-228-5946 for more information. That's coming up on Monday, August 16th at 9:30 a.m. at the Central Library, 1015 North Quincy Street. Also, in case of inclement weather, there's the Indoor Family Storytime. This fun and interactive program also combines activities such as read aloud stories, songs, rhymes, finger plays, and flannel boards, and once again introduces children to listening skills, picture books, the library, and the joy of reading. Families are encouraged to participate together and to borrow related materials to enjoy at home. It's a lot like the outdoor event, only you don't have to bring a blanket to sit on. Registration for the indoor events is required. You must register for the total number of people who will be attending, including adults. Once again, for COVID-19 safety, all attendees are encouraged to wear a mask. When visiting the library, the county visitor face covering policy from the Arlington County Government website is in effect. You can call 703-228-5710 for more information. Now that's on Tuesday, August 17th at 11 o'clock a.m. in the Drew Room at Columbia Pike Branch Library, 816 South Walter Reed Drive. Finally, in CBB, here's an event for adults without little kids. It's the Young Adult Book Club. This month, they will be discussing The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. It's a heartbreaking debut novel about grief, love, and family. It's perfect for fans of Jandy Nelson and Celeste Ng. In this story, Lei Chen Sanders is absolutely certain about one thing. When her mother died by suicide, she turned into a bird. Lei, who is half Asian and half Caucasian, travels to Taiwan to meet her maternal grandparents for the first time. There, she is determined to find her mother, the bird. In her search, she winds up chasing after ghosts, uncovering family secrets, and forging a new relationship with her grandparents. And as she grieves, she must try to reconcile the fact that on the same day she kissed her best friend and longtime secret crush, Axel, her mother was taking her own life. Alternating between reality and magic, past and present, friendship and romance, hope and despair, The Astonishing Color of After is a stunning novel about finding oneself through family history, art, grief, and love. The group will be meeting via Zoom. Registration is required to participate. Within 24 hours of the meeting, you will receive instructions for joining it. A Zoom account is not required to join, but you will need a microphone. For more information, you can contact Deborah at lib.aurorahills@arlingtonva.us. That's on Tuesday, August 17th at 7 o'clock p.m. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. The big news is still that the 2021 Northern Virginia Senior Olympics is returning for its 39th season with an opening ceremony on Saturday, September 18th at 9:30 a.m. That's at the Thomas Jefferson Community Center, which is at 3501 2nd Street South in Arlington. Over 50 events will take place from September 18th through September 30th at 17 venues throughout Northern Virginia. Online-only registration opened on Saturday, July 31st, and will close on Monday, September 6th. You can get there through www.nvso.us. Registration brochures with detailed information were mailed to past participants and are still available at some community centers as well as online. Participants gotta be 50 years of age by December 31st, 2021 and live in a sponsoring jurisdiction. The registration fee is $15, which covers multiple events. It is expected that all participants and volunteers will have been vaccinated against COVID-19 and follow protocols in place during the competitions. There are events from track and field to tennis and swimming and Sudoku and something new this year, crossword puzzles. Gold, silver, and bronze medals will be awarded after each event. All events are open to the public. For more information, you can email nvso1982@gmail.com. Results and photos from previous years can also be found on the website. Sponsoring jurisdictions are the counties of Arlington, Fairfax, Fauquier, Loudoun, and Prince William, along with the cities of Alexandria, Fairfax, and Falls Church. Next up, the Movie Discussions Group is calling all cinema lovers to meet to talk about a new film every month. In August, the movie will be Wildlife. Wildlife is a 2018 American drama film directed and co-produced by Paul Dano from a screenplay written by Dano and Zoe Kazan, based on the 1990 novel of the same name by Richard Ford. The film stars Carey Mulligan, Jake Gyllenhaal, Ed Oxenbould, and Bill Camp. It goes like this. In 1960, Jeanette and Jerry Brinson have recently moved to Great Falls, Montana with their teenage son, Joe. Tensions build after Jerry gets fired from his job as a golf pro at a country club. He is offered his old job back, but refuses out of pride, and instead of looking for work, he sleeps in his car and watches the local firefighting efforts against a forest fire which is raging in the nearby mountains. After a while, Joe takes a job as a firefighter, and Jeanette has an affair with the owner of an auto dealership, and anyone expecting to see a lot of wild animals as the central characters like in a Disney movie will be pretty confused. Never mind, these days nothing means what it used to mean anyway. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 914-402-6. And that's coming up on Thursday, August 12th from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. This is a virtual event. That way you don't have to worry about the forest fire. The next event is called Line Dance in the Park. If you missed the events earlier in the year, here's another chance to participate. If you enjoyed the earlier sessions and want to come again, well, that works too. Line dancing is easy for beginners and lots of fun for everyone. You don't need a partner. You just line up and then watch as the leader demonstrates the steps. Then you really ought to go ahead and do the steps along with everyone else. I just wanted to make that last part clear. The instructor, as before, will be Judy Garth. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 914-100-5. And that's coming up on Friday, August 13th from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Virginia Highlands Park, 1600 South Hayes Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, anyone faced with the task of settling a decedent's estate might well get the feeling that it would be a lot easier just to be the actual decedent. Well, it is true that the estate settlement process can be overwhelming and complicated. However, knowing how it all works can prove helpful, important even, in many cases. Attorney Allison Lambeth Matthey will introduce you to the basics of how a fiduciary works to settle an estate. For more information, call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 914-899-10. And that's coming up on Friday, August 13th. That's right, Friday the 13th. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m., you gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and it's a virtual event. Finally, in 55 plus news, it's another installment of This Month in the Garden. It's a chance to engage in a timely discussion about current landscape and garden issues and challenges. They ask you to submit your questions and photos, if you got them, ahead of time to the Extension Master Gardener Help Desk so they can consider them for using in the presentations. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 914-400-31. That's coming up on Monday, August 16th from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and once again, it is a virtual event. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
We will close with a few editorial remarks concerning the August 3rd ranked choice voting mock election. First, the election was held at only one location, 2100 Clarendon Boulevard. Arlingtonians with limited transportation who regularly vote in their own neighborhoods were at a considerable disadvantage. Second, the polls were only open from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m., meaning that most Arlingtonians with regular work schedules would have trouble attending. They couldn't even go over during an ordinary lunch hour. Third, the press release included a generic announcement that, and we quote, Arlington County provides accommodations to individuals with disabilities upon request. Please contact us at least five business days in advance. Since we did not receive the release until the morning of Wednesday, July 28th, and since five business days after that would be on the following Wednesday, August 4th, there could be no assurance of accommodations for individuals with disabilities. Based on these three factors, we come away with the impression that this was not a sincere effort to engage with the entirety of the Arlington community. We will watch for follow-up announcements concerning the success or community feedback associated with this event. It strikes us as less of a public demonstration of a mock election than a mockery of a public demonstration, and it most closely resembles the kind of restrictive voting measures being attempted elsewhere in the country. And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.